Maybe your child's anxious about school, just resistant. Maybe they're prone to come up with excuses like when they're at school, they get headaches, or their teacher says your child has a lot of stomach aches. But then when they get home, it seems like everything's fine. So obviously it feels like they're avoiding it. If this is your child's pattern, it's likely not just nerves. So what could it be? Here's some things that can affect this. Maybe if your child has a slower processing speed, this can cause difficulty with them just keeping up with the pace of the classroom. Things are moving too fast. They always feel behind. They often feel overwhelmed because it feels like everything's coming at them so quickly. That causes a lot of stress and anxiety. Maybe working memory is lower, and they have a hard time retaining and following instructions, especially multi-step directions that their teacher provides. And so all the students around them are doing the work and following those directions, and they're like, wait, what was that I'm supposed to do? And so they often maybe feel lost. Sometimes if attention is weak, they struggle to stay on task, and they'll maybe miss critical information and aren't staying with everything happening in the classroom. Or especially for older students, if executive function is poor, they struggle to initiate tasks or to stay on task or to monitor the task they're doing or finally complete the task. And that causes a lot of stress. So it could be that what's driving this behavior is that some key cognitive skills that enable them to do the work well and keep up are lacking, are not as strong as they need to be. It can cause a lot of anxiety because your child's maybe not able to do what's being asked of them. And that causes a lot of stress because we all want to achieve. So if their nerves and anxiety about school is a pattern, these underlying issues are often the case. The good news is that these skills that I mentioned, processing, memory, attention, they can be strengthened through training. So an ideal first step is just to figure out what's happening. And that's one thing we help with at LearningRx. So, if you're interested in that, give us a call. We can schedule. It's just like a 1-hour assessment, and that will tell you the root cause. Is it truly nerves and, these types of issues, or is there something underlying causing it that you can address?